Hello guys, welcome to Startup 360, a platform for self-discovery. And for today's video, we'll be getting to know the difference among the three words, that is anxiety, stress, and depression. So to start with, we first have to define the three terms. So the first term that I will define is anxiety. So what is anxiety? And anxiety is that persistent fear that someone may be experiencing, or we all experience at some point in our daily lives. There is that the first sign is the fast heartbeat rate. So you can easily, even some of the people, you can easily note that from their chest their heart is beating very fast if they're into a panic or an anxious situation. And also some people may tend even to sweat. Some they sweat on their palm of their hands, some on their nose, and also other people they breathe at a faster rate than usual. So those are the first signs of someone who is into an anxious situation. So anxiety is not that bad, but again, do not be anxious about all things, but in everything make your request known unto God. Next, now two major words, that is stress and depression. So I know that a lot of people have come into contact with this term, stress and depression. So now we're going to get to know what does one really mean when they say they're feeling stressed, or if someone asks you to stop stressing them. And if you hear someone says that they're into a depression or they're undergoing depression, what does it really mean? So, and which one comes first? Is it depression or stress? So the first term is stress. So stress is that a response to our daily pressure, the kind of activities that we have to undertake on a daily basis. So like stress can be good and it can be bad. So good stress is one that motivates you to do something. Like if you really have to meet a deadline in your tasks, for those of you who are into their works, or if you really have to do something, then you just feel the pressure to do it. That can be as stress, which is good. But again, this stress can get to a point of where it becomes too much, like chronic, and it leads to severe depression. So the signs for stress that one may tend to have is having headaches, your blood pressure may be high, people might experience skin rashes. So people are different, so we all react in a different way to different things, and those are the symptoms or the first signs of someone who's into stress, someone who's maybe having a lot of pressure from whatever activities that happens in their life. And the effects of stress, mostly they tend to be biological effects. Stress might affect your health, which is not good. And the first thing is that you might be feeling overwhelmed by things. Just that feeling overwhelmed, where one feels like they have been overpowered, or you're just feeling like you can't. If you're watching something, or you're reading something, or you're listening to something, the concentration tends to be poor. And also you might be having financial issues because now you have a lot to do and you don't have the ability to be able to process those things. So I usually say that your health is your wealth. So if you're not in a good state of health, then definitely you cannot be able to undertake or pursue something that will make your life to be happy. So stress can be good in small quantity, but if it becomes something that is chronic and it affects your health, then you really have to change on some things for you to be able to live a healthy life. Now the last term is depression. Yeah, it kind of sounds very serious, because actually it is serious. If you hear someone is undergoing a process of depression, or they're into a depression moment, it's is something that is very serious, and action really has to be taken to help that person. So depression is a result of stress that is chronic. It usually occurs mostly when the stress response has failed to function. So the first signs that you might note from someone who is into a depression or someone who's heading into a depression, first of all, note this, that depression manifests itself in different ways. And the first way is discouragement. So if someone is prone to discouraged easily, that person needs to take note of that, and they should not let in discouragement, because it leads to another form that depression manifests itself. It is also through sadness and hopelessness, anger. You just don't feel like you have that motivation to live, which is very bad. And also the thought of committing suicide. That is deadly serious, because when it's reached that point of burnout, like someone is you're not even feeling the happiness or the goodness of living, that simply means that you're heading to a depression, and help really has to be or offered to that person. Yeah. And also another effect of depression is that the first one, that person who is into depression, they may tend to feel like withdrawing from people. That's the first thing, because you will find people talking and they're laughing, and now you don't even get the sense of it. So you just feel like avoiding people. That's the first thing, which is very bad. Feeling sad, like all the time you're sad, because you don't get the essence of doing anything, and you don't see the essence of or the importance of anything that you. And also lack of energy. You lack the energy and the motivation to move forward, or you might even lose interest in life. You don't have interest in anything. Just say that, people usually say it's life anyway, let it be the way it will be, which is not good, because I believe that we all should have goals and values in our lives. Those are the effects of depression, which are very, very bad. And also some of them, they can be linked in with stress, because depression now is like the high point of mental health, mental illness, because if you're depressed and you don't get help, you might even end up being insane, which is not a good thing. So mental health is key. So let us take note of these three words. Anxiety, it all starts with something that is very small: anxiety, stress, and depression. And the dead end is insane, which is something that now really needs professional help. But if you're someone who's facing depression or stress, you can stop. I would like just to suggest some way out of these things: anxiety, which is not very bad; stress, which is not good; and depression, which is worse. So the first way out, if you're experiencing stress, which is bad, stress that does not motivate you to do something that is positive, I highly suggest that you just let go of things. Do not hold too much to yourself. Don't put too much pressure. Even if things have changed and life has to move on, don't put it all to yourself, because you are important than even those things that you have to undertake. So if you're someone who's facing maybe stress or depression, you can easily ask for help from maybe your relatives or people who are counselors or people whom you know they can help you, because I repeat again, you are important than those things that they are disturbing you. Also another way out is eat healthy food. Yeah, don't just eat anything that comes your way. You also need to check on yourself, and also relax. Yes, I know we have maybe a deadline to meet, things to do, a lot on your table, but relax. Listen to music, sing, laugh, and do happy things. Meet up with your friends. If you can't meet physically, meet via Zoom, meet via Google meetings, do a WhatsApp video calling, which feels good. Call your friends, chat with people and just interact, because life is good. It's good to live, and it feels good to have life and to be healthy and in a good state. So relax and just feel good about yourself and appreciate yourself for who you are and love you. The last suggestion for me for you to be able to avoid these things is that have enough sleep. I cannot be able to prescribe for someone how many hours you're supposed to sleep, but for me, because people sleep at different times, one may tend to sleep maybe at 7 p.m., 8, 9, they are on, or even late hours. But if it's time to sleep, sleep and get enough sleep. Yes, sleep feels good to sleep when you're asleep. Me, I say that, and sometimes I usually say that sleeping is my hobby, because when you sleep, you refresh yourself and you get to have a new and good energy. Guys, don't forget today's words. The major terms were anxiety, stress, and depression. So the first one, don't forget that anxiety is that persistent fear that you may have concerning something, which is not bad actually to have anxiety about something, because you don't know what the outcome of that thing will be. So, and then now stress is that daily pressure to respond to your daily activities. It is that pressure that you have to respond to things, which is might be good or bad. So good stress is the one that motivates you to do something that is positive, and bad stress is the one that weighs you out. So don't let the bad stress wear you out. Don't let it drain you. Don't let your energy to be drained by the things that they're temporarily, things that they are passing away. Yeah, and the last term was or is depression, which is now the chronic stress. And that stage, most of the people, they experience it, and after they have healed, they can actually testify or tell you that just do anything possible to be able to avoid you getting to a state of depression. So remember, guys, stay safe. You are important more than any other thing. Health is your wealth. So don't forget, to our first time viewers, to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so that next time you enjoy the content that I usually upload on this platform on a weekly basis. And also remember to like, comment and share. Until next time, it's Baba Energy.